Hi, I'm Steve Deubel, and I own Image Home Improvement. We've been here in the Valley of the Sun for approximately 19 years. We started our business in 1991 as a general handyman, and then we became a general contractor in 1998. And we want to make you our next client because the things that we do that makes us exceptional when it comes to remodeling is that we take you through the process every step of the way, from the choices of your materials all the way through the process. We outline a whole complete timeline so that there are no surprises and that you will know exactly what's coming every day, every week until your project is completely done and completed, because we want to make this as painless a process for you as possible. And we know any type of remodeling is disruptive to your lifestyle, but we're going to make that as painless as possible for you so that when the job is all done, you'll turn around and say, Steve, I can't even tell that you did the work, and that's your payoff for a great job. Imagine the potential horror story without a GC. Scenario number one, homeowner decides that they're going to play their own GC. They go and order their new cabinets for their beautiful new 4,000 square foot house that has this huge kitchen. They go and have the cabinets installed, and then all of a sudden they decide that they're going to change appliance lines. Oh my God, what do we do now? They thought that they could just, well, let's just order these appliances. Didn't give any thought that they're not going to fit in to the design of the other cabinets. So now you've got a whole bunch of things to consider. One, the appliances won't fit in the cabinetry in a lot of instances, and you don't know what to do. Number two, plumbing. Plumbing stuff is in the wrong place now. Oh my God, what do I do now? Three, electric. Well, instead of having the electric down here, it's supposed to be up here. What do we do now? Without a GC coming in to save the day and save them from all those pitfalls, it could have been a real disaster. Now we go to number two. Number two, a fireplace conversion from wood-burning fireplaces, okay? Homeowner decides that, oh my God, we're going to change it and make it gas. We don't just want to remodel it, we want to change it to gas. So we've got to change all these things to consider. Number one, you have to start all over from scratch. They thought that they could just take out the logs and put in gas logs without doing any remodeling. Hello, wrong thing. We have to do some demolition. Without the knowledge of the demolition, how to actually bring gas into the home to actually run the fireplace, how am I going to tie it, how is it going to function? I never had a gas fireplace before. Now we're going to take the wood logs out, we're going to put gas burning logs in. Again, electric, you need to know how you're going to run it. You need electric when you deal with gas burning fireplaces. So you've got a gas issue, you've got an electrical issue, and plus you have to literally rip out the whole entire old system and put in a new system that's designed and per code to be for gas. Without a GC, another disaster awaits. Check this out. We were taking it from wood burning to gas burning, okay? I walk in, there's like half a dozen contractors there all ready to do their work. Well, you know, we had plumbers there to do the gas line. We had demolition people there to take the wall down. We had audio-visual people there to put a TV on top of the fireplace. We had the stone people there to actually we had Cantera stone all over the floor. Here's the problem. None of them talk to each other. They don't know exactly who's supposed to be there at what time, what was supposed to be done first. I mean, you want to talk, this is a classic example of a Chinese fire drill. And it gets even better. All the contractors are there. There's a TV crew there actually getting ready to film this whole project. And I come on the scene and I have to make all this work. And I have to make sure that contractors do their work in a great frame of mind. Well, let me tell you something. I made the day work, and if it wasn't for my sense of humor, I shudder to think what could have happened. It could have been a disaster of a day, but it turned out to be a fabulous day. Here's a real-life scenario without the TV cameras, dealing with that ugly four-letter word, mold. One of my clients actually called me who had a rental property here in Phoenix. They live in California. He told me that he had a water leak from his hot water heater. Naturally, the first thing I asked him was, when did all this happen? Because he had already had the home warranty company actually go out and take care of the leak. He told me it happened about a week ago. And I started thinking, oh my God, you're calling me a week later. What am I going to find when I get there? I went down and met with the renter. The moment he opened the door and I walked in, I was hit with such a smell of mold, musty smell from the carpet, it would have literally knocked you over. Well, here's a little bit of how that all gets handled. First thing you do is when you deal with mold remediation, you have to get in there and you have to quarantine the area, which is something that is absolutely necessary. You have to seal it off, almost like it was like some of those sci-fi pics that you see on TV where they seal off certain areas when they're in quarantine. And literally, you seal off the area from the house. The house actually has to be what they use, an air scrubber with, it's a unit that fits inside this containment area that is run for approximately 48 hours to take out some of the contaminants in the air. Once that's all done and you've actually taken out some of the loose clutter in there before the scrubber actually started, after that 48 hours, you actually can go in and start taking out some of the structure that has been infected from this mold that has been accumulating there for like at least a week now. Down to the point where you literally have to sand the studs once the drywall is removed to get all of this contaminants completely off. The whole area literally has to be completely vacuumed with a special vacuum, which is a HEPA vacuum, they call it. It takes out all these contaminants, and literally it has to be spotless. Once it's completely vacuumed up and there's no more debris anywhere, the scrubber gets run for approximately another 48 hours until the air testing can be done. And once that's done, then the entire area the containment area can be taken down, and then the rebuilding process can be done once all of that is completed. And once all that's done, then we could start the rebuilding process again. And probably wear some normal clothes. Let me tell you about contractor fashion when you do mold remediation. If you want a picture, I worked in a nuclear plant with all my gear, with my goggles and my suit and my boots and all this protective gear. Let me tell you something. That was a week to remember. TV crews, not a problem. 6 angry contractors when I arrive on the scene, ready to kill each other, no problem. Dealing with that ugly 4-letter word, mold, and spacesuits, not a problem either. But not having a husband and wife together at a closing, big problem. He's got his checklist, she's got her checklist. Here's how I deal with that problem. We make one checklist, because if you play by my rules, I guarantee the job will come out looking fabulous. Because remember, when it comes to your home, image is everything.